Hey guys, and today I'm gonna be playing Roblox, and you might hear him talking in the background.
Turn the camera on.
So, Teresa is watching his favorite YouTube channel.
Not my favorite. My favorite YouTube channel is Dead Meat. Dead Meat.
Okay.
Trick or treat. You dead meat.
Guys, it's not my real birthday. So, my birthday is on summer, and this is not summer. Three.
He done be older than me. Wait, did you already have this birthday?
Yeah? Well, you weren't there.
Wait, I was there. I'm always at your birthday.
You weren't at my birthday.
Yeah, I'm always there.
You weren't at my birthday when I turned 8.
I was. Dad? Daddy? Did I go to Christian's birthday party? I think I did, yeah.
He did not.
I did.
All because you think you did? You
I
didn't.
did. I know I did.
Didn't you?
Credits are in the style of the comic book, since Wildstorm Comics had originally planned to release a related comic series alongside the film. Although the comics were delayed, the opening still gives us a nice little preview of the steps to come. Then we're taken earlier that evening to a news report talking about how fucking bonkers this town goes over Halloween, or that place in Hocus Pocus or something. The little kid purrs on some girls in changing rooms, which is weird because he's like 6. But also this is the kid that plays Sam, so at least you get a little cameo there. The girls he's looking at are a trio of girls in sexed up Halloween costumes, also known as Halloween costumes. Danielle, Marie, and Janet. And then there's Lori, younger sister to Danielle, the sexarella over there, who's much more sexed down in a demure Little Red Riding Hood costume. Danielle invites the elven cashier to a party that night after asking when he gets off.
In about 20 minutes, actually.
Yeah, right, dude. You're working a costume shop on Halloween, brah. You ain't getting off till the vampires go to sleep. On their way to the party, after bumping into Grouchbot, Danielle tells Lori she needs to find a date, because it's sad that she's a 22-year-old virgin. Wow, this really might be the town of Hocus Pocus. And Marie and Janice...
Just don't listen to that voice, okay? Just listen to me.
A couple of band beers later, and this party's ready to roll. Danielle reluctantly agrees to leave Lori behind and go find her own date in the streets of this crazy Halloween party. Meanwhile, Charlie, played by that kid from Bad Santa, is walking down the street doing his best Billy Corgan impersonation. When he goes to steal some candy from an unsupervised porch, he's caught red-handed by the owner of the house, Principal Stephen Wilkins.
Don't waste a good line on this.
Wilkins makes him sit down and eat his candy, and he talks about carving jack-o'-lanterns and other Halloween traditions. It must be a bad story for him, because Charlie starts having a physical reaction, gagging and burping and making all sorts of disgusting sounds. What's going on there, Chuckster? Something you forgot to do?
Always check to
Yeah, I think he forgot to do that, which is why he sits there doubled over, keeping up blood and or chocolate. I don't really see the joke there, but Wilkins sure is having a laugh, probably because he's the one who poisoned all that chocolate. For that, Charlie dies, slouching over to Wilkins' lab for a second kill for movie. I guess that's one less kid to process paperwork for in school, right, Stephen? Wilkins' corpse removal is interrupted by a knock at the door. It's a trio of trick-or-treaters, and they ask him for his jack-o'-lantern as part of a scavenger hunt. He gives it to them, along with some candy, and after they leave, there's a cute little bag-headed fella who Wilkins also gives candy to. You don't know how much of a right decision that was, Steve. You don't want to get on that kid's bad side. Wilkins goes out back and uncovers a grave containing another body, but before he can keep Charlie down into it, he gets interrupted again, this time by his son Billy, who's just yelling his comedy of errors, Wilkins gets interrupted yet again, now by his neighbor, old Mr. Krieg, who overhears when the other body in the grave starts screaming and moving around. Krieg walks over to the fence and Heidi Hope neighbors Mr. Wilkins, asking him what the hell is going on. Wilkins is able to talk himself out of the situation and tries to silence the body for good, but gets interrupted once more by Billy, screaming about carving jack-o'-lanterns and asking to go with his dad to the parade later.
No, Daddy has a date.
Billy goes away and Wilkins seems to be in the clear.
But don't forget to open with the eyes.
Jesus, Billy, you know what? Halloween is canceled. No more Halloween for you, on account of you screaming into the night sky like that. With the coast finally clear for really reals, Wilkins takes a shovel and delivers an overhead smack to the shuffling bag, giving us a kill that cuts away immediately, but at least we get to see him watering the grave. That's nice. What's not nice is the way Wilkins is mocking his own son. He seems real friggin' annoyed with that kid, so it's troublesome when he grabs a knife and heads downstairs with him to carve the jack-o'-lantern. We don't need 2 weeks in a row with the young dead Billy's kid, so get the hell out of there. Wilkins raises his knife up and brings it down at a powerful stab, but turns out Billy's not in danger after all, that the jack-o'-lantern is actually Charlie's head. Sorry to scare all of you, there's no filicide going down here, it's just some father-son bonding.
But don't forget to open with the eyes.
See? Nothing to worry about here at all. Now we're back to those trick-or-treaters, Macy, Sarah, and Chip, who are trick-or-treating at another teacher's home and interrupting her swinger-looking party. Eye on the prize, kids. You're there for jack-o'-lanterns, not whatever's going on in that party. Yo, what is going on in that party?
Coach Taylor was in a hot dog costume, but fucking a pig.
Oh, they're joined by another kid, Schrader, who's real shitty at supermarket sweep and only got 3 more pumpkins for him. To get enough jack-o'-lanterns for their quest, they go to this house, home of Rhonda, who they call an idiot savant. But honestly, it looks to me like she's just built as hell at carving pumpkins. Schrader turns on his charms, and they gonna be needing some of that squash. Over at the town's festival of costume fools, a lady makes out with a masked stranger in an alleyway, the start of every good love story. Their tongue tangle stops when she lifts up her hand to find out she's bleeding, like kind of a lot there, and that this dude's got bangs. Hot damn, do we got a vampire on our hands? She runs away from him and towards the parade, and a very I know what you did last summer like shot, but unlike Sarah Michelle, this chick actually makes it to safety. But her victory is short-lived, since her pleading for help is rebuffed by the Drumpytron 9000, who mistakes her for just another drunk hoodlum with fake blood all over her body. Masked Man shows up behind her and whips his cape over her for another off-screen kill, resting her body against the storefront to look like she's just passed out. You know, like people do all the time in public streets at crazy Halloween parades. Masked Vampire Man walks off into the night, presumably to find another victim. With a wagon full of pumpkins in tow, the trick-or-treater kids are led by Macy to a cliff overlooking a rock quarry where she regales them all with a Halloween story. It's a sepia-tone tale of a bus full of 8 kids who are described as so troubled and disturbed that their embarrassed parents bust them to a school miles out of town to keep them hidden from sight. But once upon a Halloween, the driver takes a different route, one that passes a cemetery in sand, straight to the abandoned rock quarry that Macy and co. are now standing in. Turns out the parents were sick of dealing with their dirty little secrets and paid the bus driver to kill them all. And it would have worked too if not for these meddling kids, especially this Dracula who realizes they aren't where they should be and tries to drive the bus home on his own. He only manages to get it moving in a straight line that goes straight off the cliff where it falls and sinks into the water below. The 8 children are killed as their masks float away along the surface of the water. They all get added to our list, although I'm not sure of their gender.
Simba, it's serious. I know you missed you.
According to Macy, never heard from him again. Macy's plan is to leave 8 jack-o'-lanterns by the side of the lake as an offering to the kids who die. She and the other 2 alpha-most kids descend on the elevator first, and when Rhonda and Pirate Boy follow a little later, they hear the first 3 kids screaming and watch as the jack-o'-lanterns go out. That doesn't stop Rhonda from stepping out of the elevator to go see what happened. She tells Chip not to let the jack-o'-lanterns go out and go protect him, then heads out and finds herself staring at a school bus half sunken in the lake. This creepy image that corroborates Macy's tale only gets worse when a hand reaches out to grab her leg. Creatures emerge from the water, and Rhonda runs back to the elevator where she finds Chip on the ground getting his guts good and nommed on. After she really melts it up, her blind ass gets cornered by the creatures, all wet to change, and Rhonda falls backwards off a ledge into some water, getting knocked out as the creatures lean over her and stare. When she comes to, she learns that the creatures were just the other kids, and that Chip wasn't even dead. Those are probably just nasty cold hot dogs around the time. Schrader finally learns what empathy is and says that it's about time these ramblers get rambling, so they should pack it up and leave. Over by the bus, Macy kicks the last lit jack-o'-lantern nearby into the water, which immediately proves to be a mistake when they start hearing spooky noises. Sure enough, looks like we got some zombie kids on our hands, who giggle as they shamble towards the 4 mean kids. During the retreat, the chains on Sarah's costume get hung up and she's dragged away by the zombie bus kids, who temporarily stop their pursuit to get their murder out. The other kids reach the elevator where Rhonda has locked herself inside, safe with the final lit jack-o'-lantern. She goes to let them in, then is all psych and hits the button to go up by herself, waving bye-bye to them as she ascends. The kids are cornered by the zombies and killed off screen. Her screams and some nasty wet tearing noises fill in the rock quarry as Rhonda walks away from it all completely still. Sam shows up and is happy to leave Rhonda alone, for she is true and has the Halloween spirit within her. Meanwhile, Lori's been walking around looking for a date but having no luck, which is pretty hard to believe since she's friggin' suck-ass. Getting Danielle calls her saying she has a backup date for Lori, but he's a little too baby oopsie daisy for her. While she's on the phone, Lori notices the masked killer from earlier staring at her. And later, when she's walking to the bonfire party by herself, he pops up out of nowhere and attacks her, slamming her up against a tree and biting into her neck like a freaking vampire. Danielle and the others at the party, worried about Lori's whereabouts, scream in horror when a body in Lori's costume falls from the tree. When they check it out and lift the hood, they find that it's the masked killer, who's now gasping for breath and begging them for help. Lori shows up to the party looking much more like a little pirate wench. She tells the rest of the ladies, "And that you bit me." Maria goes over to him and takes out his fake fang. "You're not a real vampire at all. You were never a real vampire. In fact, you're just a high school principal, Stephen freaking Wilkins. Man, you've had a busy night." Steve does have a good question, though.
Who are you people?
And he discovers for himself. Let's see, we got a pirate, another body lying there. That's cool, I guess. Oh, that's one of the dudes band dudes. And oh shit, it's a wide shot, and there are a lot of bodies here. I actually paused this and went through it a ton in slow motion. And all in all, I think there are 9 bodies here, including the 2 band guys, the cashier, the big baby man, and 5 others. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. This number makes sense to me though, since there are also 9 girls other than Lori at this banger, and after all, they all need a date. Lori's dating Steve Wilkins, who ain't going nowhere on account of his broken leg. She climbs atop him and gives him fair warning.
It's my first time, so just bear with me.
Then, to a sexy montage scored by a Marilyn Manson cover of Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, the ladies at the party strip down and transform. Lori straight up unzips her back, and she and the others start tearing off their own skin in delightfully nasty shots. They're becoming shagadelic werewolves, baby. Do they make you horny, Steven? No, just terrified? That's cool. You'll make a tasty snack either way. As Lori feasts on Steven, Danielle howls at the moon in victory, since Lori's finally lost her rare virginity. Sam sits there and watches it all, which makes me a little worried about his development. This is not for young eyes, mister. If you even have eyes. We do another time jump to earlier in the night, when that one trio of trick-or-treaters from the opening visit the house, only to get scared off by glowing eyes and growls emerging from the dark. Get out of here, you bunch of clowns. Turns out it's just Mr. Creed and his pup, and he hates Halloween. Creed hates everything about this holiday, up to and including...
No, I can't watch this. I can't watch this at all. Are you still videoing that, Christian?
Yeah, I've been videoing the time.
Season 2 of episode 1, yes.
But at least it wasn't on camera mode where it recorded that.
Yeah, you would have been kicked off.
No, that's a bad channel.
No, that's not the bad channel.
Put a block together the first 8 hours I played of the game. Go ahead and cut that up and call that season 1, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed that up to this point. And if you're here, most likely you watched all that shit. So season 2, we kind of just moved into the new house over here. We are low as fuck on food, so we really gotta figure out how the fuck we gonna survive, right? Because
He says bad words, so does Delirious.
I don't care.
And I